Consistency is not exciting. It is not glamorous. It does not get applause in the beginning. But it is the hidden secret of every person you admire. Success is not built on one big day. It is built on hundreds of small days, where you keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. In this video, I want to give you something powerful. I want to give you rules that will help you force yourself to be consistent. Because when you are consistent, life starts moving in your favor. Things that once felt impossible begin to fall into place. You begin to grow, not by accident, but by design. At the beginning, I want you to remember this truth. Motivation will not save you. Discipline will. And discipline comes from consistency. This is not about working hard once in a while. This is about working every single day, even when you don't see results. So, my friend, let us go through the rules. Each rule is like a weapon. If you use them, you will build the life you want. Rule 1. Start small, stay consistent. When people decide to change their lives, they usually begin with big dreams. They imagine themselves running 10 kilometers every morning, studying late into the night, reading entire books in one sitting, or working for long hours without rest. In the beginning, their excitement is high. They believe they can do everything at once. But very soon, reality arrives. The body becomes tired, the mind feels heavy, and the new habit begins to feel like a mountain that is too hard to climb. Slowly, their motivation disappears, and they quit. This is the story of many people who start with energy but end with disappointment. The truth is, success rarely comes from big, sudden changes. It comes from small actions repeated every single day. If you want to build a strong habit, the best way is not to start big but to start small. Think about it. Reading for 10 minutes a day may not sound impressive. Walking for 15 minutes may not feel powerful. Writing one page may look too simple. Doing push-ups for 5 minutes may appear weak. But the strength of these small actions is not in their size. It is in their repetition. When you repeat something small every day, it grows into something powerful. Let's imagine two people who want to learn English. The first person studies for 5 hours every night for 2 weeks. At the beginning, they feel proud of their hard work. But after 2 weeks, their body is tired, their mind is exhausted, and they cannot continue. The second person studies for only 20 minutes a day. It seems like less effort. But this person keeps studying every single day for a whole year. Who do you think will know more English after 12 months? The answer is clear. The one who studied 20 minutes a day will be far ahead. Why? Because small, consistent steps always win against big but temporary efforts. When you start small, you also remove excuses. Think about it. If you say, "I will exercise for 2 hours today," your mind will quickly find a reason not to do it. You will say, "I am too busy. I am too tired. I don't have 2 hours." But if you say, "I will exercise for just 10 minutes," your brain has no excuse. 10 minutes feels easy. 10 minutes feels possible. So you start. And once you start, something magical happens. You often continue longer than planned. By removing the pressure of starting big, you open the door to success. Consistency is not about how much you do in one day. It is about how long you can keep doing it. A strong body is not built in 1 week of extreme exercise. A strong mind is not built in 1 month of intense study. True strength is built slowly, through the discipline of small daily actions. Every day you show up, you are building the muscle of consistency. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. So, my friend, do not be ashamed of starting small. Small is not weak. Small is smart. A drop of water may look powerless, but when it falls again and again, it can break the hardest stone. Your habits are the same. One small action, repeated daily, has the power to change your life forever. Rule 2. Make it non-negotiable. One of the biggest reasons people fail to stay consistent is because they treat their goals like options. They wake up and say, maybe I will do it today, maybe not. If I feel good, I will do it. If I feel tired, I will skip it. This attitude is dangerous, because if your dream is only an option, it will always stay a dream. If you give yourself the freedom to choose laziness, laziness will win. That is why you must make your habits non-negotiable. Think about the simple things you already do every day. For example, brushing your teeth. You don't say, I am too tired, maybe I won't brush today. You don't debate about it. You don't wait for motivation. You simply do it because it has become automatic. It is non-negotiable. In the same way, your important habits, reading, exercising, studying, working on your goals, must become part of your life in such a way that you don't argue with yourself about them. You don't ask, should I do it today? You just do it. When you decide something is non-negotiable, your brain stops looking for excuses. You no longer waste time thinking, do I feel like it? Or, is this the right moment? You don't wait for the perfect mood because you understand that moods are temporary. Instead, you simply show up. You act because you promised yourself that this action is not optional. It is a must. Imagine if you told yourself, every single day I will read at least one page, no matter what. Every single day I will move my body for at least 10 minutes, no matter what. Every single day I will practice English for at least 15 minutes, no matter what. These promises may seem small, but if you keep them without negotiation, your life will completely transform. Why? Because small actions done with discipline grow into great results. Greatness comes from this mindset. The most successful people are not always the most talented. In fact, many talented people never reach their potential because they negotiate with their excuses. They say, I'll start tomorrow. I'll wait until I feel ready. I'll only work when I'm motivated. And so, they waste years waiting for the perfect moment. But the winners are different. They treat their goals like non-negotiable duties. They refuse to argue with themselves. They do it no matter what. Think of athletes. They don't train only when they feel good. They train even when they are tired, even when it rains, even when they are not in the mood. Think of writers. The best writers don't write only when inspiration comes. They write every day because it is non-negotiable. This is the secret of mastery. Talent may give you a head start, but consistency wins the race. So, my friend, you must make your habits a must, not a maybe. Your dreams are too important to leave to chance. Treat them with the seriousness they deserve. If you want to grow, you cannot allow laziness, doubt, or excuses to negotiate with you. Build the habit of saying, this is not optional. This is who I am. This is what I do. When you live with this discipline, you become unstoppable. Your dreams stop being distant hopes and start becoming daily realities. And step by step, your life begins to change, because you finally chose to make your habits non-negotiable. Rule 3. Build routines, not feelings. One of the biggest traps that destroys consistency is the habit of depending on feelings. Feelings are like the weather. Sometimes the sky is clear, sometimes it rains, sometimes the wind is strong, and sometimes the sun shines bright. In the same way, your feelings change from day to day. Some days you wake up feeling excited and ready to work. Other days you feel tired, lazy, or unmotivated. If you build your life on feelings, your progress will be unstable because your emotions are unstable. That is why you must learn to build routines instead of relying on feelings. A routine is like a system that guides your life. It does not ask for permission from your emotions. It does not ask you, "Do you feel like it today?" It simply says, "This is the time. This is the action. Let's do it." That is the power of routine. It removes the daily argument inside your head. For example, imagine you decide, "Every morning at 7 a.m. I will exercise." At first it feels new and maybe even difficult. But after some weeks, something amazing begins to happen. Your body expects the exercise. Your brain prepares for it. It becomes part of your life, just like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. You don't think too much about it. You just do it. That is when you know a routine has been built. It becomes automatic. This is why routines are so powerful. They remove decision-making. Most people waste a lot of energy every day just deciding, should I study now or later? Should I exercise or rest? Should I read or watch TV? Every decision is an open door for excuses. But when you have a routine, the decision is already made. You don't have to choose every time. You don't have to fight with your feelings. The system carries you forward. Think about your own day. Can you design routines that serve your dreams? Can you set a fixed time for studying English, for exercising, for reading, or for working on your personal goals? Imagine if every evening at 8 p.m. you read for 20 minutes. Imagine if every morning before breakfast you did a short workout. Imagine if every night before sleep you wrote in a journal. These routines, repeated daily, would slowly but surely transform your life. The secret to long-term success is not motivation. Motivation is a burst of energy that comes and goes. The secret is to design a life where success becomes automatic. Your routines should be like tracks for a train. The train does not need to decide which way to go. It simply follows the track. If you build strong routines, you are the train on the right track. Your habits will take you forward, even on the days you don't feel like moving. My friend, don't wait for motivation to carry you. It will not last. Instead, build a life where success happens because you have created the right systems. Discipline is not about fighting feelings every day. Discipline is about building routines so strong that feelings no longer matter. When you live this way, you no longer ask, "Do I feel like it?" Instead, you say, "This is who I am, and this is what I do." And when you reach that level, consistency is no longer a struggle. It becomes a natural part of your life. Rule 4. Focus on the process, not the results. One of the biggest killers of consistency is impatience. Many people start a new habit with excitement, but when they don't see quick results, they give up. They go to the gym for 2 weeks, then look in the mirror and say, "I still don't see muscles." They study English for 1 month, then complain, "I am still not fluent." They start writing for a few days, then say, "No one is reading my work." This attitude is dangerous because it kills progress before progress even has a chance to grow. The truth is, real success does not come quickly. Results are often slow and invisible in the beginning. A seed does not become a tree overnight. It must be watered, protected, and given time to grow roots before it can rise above the ground. In the same way, your efforts may not show results immediately. But just because you cannot see growth does not mean it isn't happening. That is why you must train yourself to fall in love with the process, not the results. If you are only chasing results, you will become frustrated when they do not come fast enough. But if you learn to enjoy the process, you will keep going, even when the results are invisible. A runner who loves the feeling of running does not need a medal to keep training. A reader who loves reading does not need an exam to continue turning pages. A musician who loves playing does not need a crowd to practice. They continue because the process itself gives them joy and purpose. Ask yourself this powerful question: what process do I need to fall in love with? If your goal is to get fit, then fall in love with moving your body daily. Don't just wait for muscles to appear. If your goal is to learn English, then fall in love with the daily practice of speaking, reading, and listening. Don't just wait for fluency to arrive in 1 month. If your goal is to grow financially, then fall in love with the small daily actions of saving, learning, and improving. The process is the soil, and results are the flowers. Without the soil, the flowers will never bloom. The danger of chasing results too soon is that you miss the value of the journey. Imagine planting a seed and digging it up every week to check if it has grown. You would only damage it. But if you trust the process, keep watering it, and let time do its work, eventually you will have a tree. The same principle applies to your habits. Do not dig them up too soon by demanding instant results. Instead, nurture them daily with consistency. Remember this truth: results are the fruit, but consistency is the seed. If you do not plant the seed, there will never be fruit. If you plant the seed but quit watering it, the plant will die before it grows. But if you patiently water it every day, one day you will wake up and see fruit in abundance. So, my friend, shift your focus. Don't ask, "Where are my results?" Ask instead, "Am I showing up today? Am I doing the work? Am I being faithful to the process?" Because if you take care of the process, the results will take care of themselves. Rule 5. Remove distractions. Create focus. Consistency dies when distractions live. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you told yourself, "I will study for 1 hour," but after 10 minutes your phone buzzed and you couldn't resist checking it? Maybe it was a message, a notification, or a random alert that had nothing important, but it still pulled your attention away. That small break destroyed your focus, and when you came back, you had already lost momentum. The same happens when you sit down to write, read, or work, but instead of staying disciplined, you decide to open social media just for 5 minutes. You already know what happens next. 5 minutes turn into 30, sometimes even hours. Distractions are not just stealing your time, they are stealing your dreams. If you want to be consistent, you must take control of your environment. Many people believe success is about strong willpower, but the truth is, willpower alone is not enough. If your environment is full of temptations, even the strongest willpower will eventually fail. Imagine trying to eat healthy while keeping cookies, cakes, and chips right in front of you every day. No matter how disciplined you are, eventually you will give in. The same principle applies to your focus. If your desk, your room, your phone, and your computer are filled with distractions, it is almost impossible to stay consistent with your work. This is why you must build an environment that protects your focus. Put your phone in another room while you study. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Block websites that waste your time. If you cannot trust yourself with discipline in the moment, then design your surroundings so you don't need discipline. Make your environment stronger than your weaknesses. A clean, distraction-free space creates peace for your mind, and peace allows you to focus deeply. Think about farmers. When they want a tree to grow strong, they don't just water it and hope for the best. They also remove weeds from the ground. Why? Because weeds steal water and nutrients from the tree. If the weeds grow, the tree becomes weak and might even die. Your distractions are just like weeds. They may seem small, harmless, or easy to ignore at first, but they slowly steal your time, your energy, and your focus. When you remove them, your consistency grows strong, just like a tree that finally has the space to rise toward the sky. So ask yourself, what are the weeds in your life right now? Is it social media? Is it endless notifications? Is it people who waste your time? Whatever it is, be brave enough to remove it. Protect your focus like a farmer protects his crops. Every minute you save from distractions is a minute you invest into your future. The truth is simple. Consistency is not about working harder. It is about working smarter. And working smarter begins with focus. Remove distractions, and you will discover how much power you already have. Once you create a space where focus lives, consistency will naturally follow, and success will no longer be a dream but a daily habit. Rule 6. Track your progress. The human mind loves progress. It is deeply rewarding to see growth, to know that your effort is not wasted, and to feel that you are moving forward step by step. But here is the problem. Growth is not always visible. You may be practicing, studying, or working every single day. But because progress happens slowly, you might not notice the change. This is why so many people quit early. They think they are not improving, when in reality, they are moving forward little by little. To solve this, you must track your progress. Tracking makes the invisible visible. It gives you proof that your hard work is not in vain. One of the simplest and most effective ways to track progress is to use a calendar, a notebook, or an app. Each day you complete your habit, mark it down. For example, if your goal is to study English for 1 hour every day, put a big X on your calendar after finishing. As the days pass, you will start to see a chain of X's forming. This chain is powerful because your mind begins to connect success with consistency. Soon, you will not just want to study. You will want to protect that chain. You will feel proud of yourself for building it, and you won't want to break it. Think about how motivating it feels to check something off your to-do list. That small action gives you a sense of accomplishment, even if the task was small. Tracking your progress works in the same way but on a larger scale. It keeps your motivation alive. Each mark is proof that you showed up, that you honored your promise to yourself. Over time, those small marks become a history of your growth, something you can look back on with pride. Tracking also gives clarity. Without it, your journey can feel confusing. You may think, am I really improving? Am I wasting my time? But when you look at your calendar filled with marks, you see the truth. I have studied for 30 days without missing. I am moving forward. That clarity gives you confidence. It removes doubt and keeps you focused. Even on days when you feel stuck or unmotivated, Your records remind you of your progress. They tell you that you are not standing still. You are advancing. Think of tracking as a mirror. Just as a mirror shows you your reflection, tracking shows you the reality of your effort. Without it, you may only see your doubts. With it, you see the evidence of your consistency. And evidence is powerful. It builds trust in yourself. Remember this: success is not built in one day. It is built by showing up again and again. Tracking your progress is the best way to see that story unfold. It transforms your daily effort into visible proof of your growth. So, grab a notebook, a calendar, or an app today. Start marking every victory, no matter how small. With time, those small marks will become a chain of success that will push you further than motivation alone ever could. Rule 7. Accept imperfection. Keep going. One of the main reasons people give up on their goals is the desire for perfection. They think that if they cannot do something flawlessly, then it is not worth doing at all. They believe that one missed day, one mistake, or one slip-up ruins everything they have worked for. This mindset is dangerous because it turns every small error into a catastrophe. Many people quit simply because they expected too much from themselves too soon. But the truth is simple. Nobody is perfect. Nobody executes every action flawlessly. Nobody gets it right all the time. Perfection is not the path to success. Consistency is. Consistency does not mean never failing. It does not mean that every day is perfect, that every action is complete, or that every result meets your expectations. True consistency is about failing, making mistakes, and still returning. It is about showing up again and again, no matter how many times you fall. Think of the people you admire most, the athletes, the writers, the successful entrepreneurs. Do you think they never failed? Of course not. They failed many times, but they kept moving forward. That is what made them strong. If you miss one day, do not let it turn into 2 or 3 or a week. If you break your streak, do not quit entirely. Begin again tomorrow. If you fall, stand up. This is the real definition of consistency. It is not about being perfect every single day. It is about faithfulness over time. Small, imperfect steps, repeated consistently, will get you further than short bursts of perfection ever could. It is also important to forgive yourself. Do not carry the weight of guilt or shame when mistakes happen. Be kind to yourself. Recognize that errors are part of the process, not the end of it. Life is about learning, growing, and improving gradually. When you forgive yourself, you release the mental burden that prevents progress. When you do not quit, you strengthen your resilience and your confidence. Remember this: a strong person is not someone who never falls. A strong person is someone who falls but keeps walking. A strong person is someone who misses a day but does not miss the next. A strong person is someone who knows that setbacks are temporary and that the journey is long. Every time you get back on track, you are training yourself to become stronger, more disciplined, and more capable of achieving your goals. Consistency is about showing up despite your imperfections. It is about taking action even when you do not feel perfect or ready. It is about making the commitment to your growth stronger than your mistakes. Life does not demand perfection. It demands persistence. Your habits, your efforts, and your daily actions matter far more than being flawless. So, my friend, embrace imperfection. Accept that mistakes will happen. Accept that some days will be harder than others. But promise yourself this: no matter what, you will keep going. You will keep showing up. you will not quit. Because in the long run, persistence wins, perfection does not. Keep moving forward, and you will discover that your dedication is more powerful than any single mistake. Rule 8. Use pain as fuel. Pain is a universal experience. Everyone feels it. Everyone goes through moments of struggle, discomfort, and difficulty. Yet, most people allow pain to stop them. They quit when things get hard. They give up when the journey feels unbearable. They look for the easy way out because pain is uncomfortable. But the truth is that pain does not have to be your enemy. Pain can either destroy you or it can build you. It can either break your spirit or make you stronger than you ever imagined. The difference lies in how you respond to it. Wise people have learned to use pain as fuel. They do not ignore it, and they do not fear it. Instead, they look at pain and ask, "What lesson does this hold? How can I turn this struggle into energy?" Pain is like fire. If you run into it blindly, it will burn you. But if you harness it, it can become a source of power that propels you forward. Every time you feel exhausted, every time you feel weak, every time you feel like quitting, pain is giving you a signal. It is saying, "This is the price of growth. This is the path to strength." When you feel tired, remember why you started. Go back to the moment when your dream was born, to the reason you committed yourself to change. That memory can light a spark when your energy is low. When you feel weak, remember the pain of staying the same. Imagine a year from now if you give up today. Imagine the regret, the lost opportunities, the unfulfilled potential. Let that thought remind you that it is far worse to quit than to endure temporary discomfort. When you want to give up, remember the pain of regret. Pain reminds you of the cost of inaction. Let it guide you, not stop you. Pain is also a teacher. It tells you where you need to grow, what needs to change, and how far you can push yourself. Every challenge you face, every failure, and every setback contains a lesson. Instead of running from pain, lean into it. Tell yourself, "If it is hard, it means I am growing. If it hurts, it means I am alive. If it challenges me, it is shaping me into someone stronger." Pain is not punishment, it is guidance, and if you pay attention, it can lead you to incredible strength. Look at all the great people in history. No one escaped pain. Every hero, every innovator, every leader, every athlete, and every master in their craft went through suffering. They all experienced failure, rejection, heartbreak, and doubt. What made them extraordinary was not the absence of pain. It was their ability to transform it into strength. They allowed pain to fuel their effort, sharpen their focus, and ignite their determination. And the truth is, you can do the same. Pain will come, whether you like it or not. But the choice is yours. Will you let it defeat you, or will you let it propel you forward? Will you hide from it, or will you use it as fuel? Remember, your growth lies on the other side of pain. The struggles you endure today are the strength you carry tomorrow. So embrace the discomfort. Welcome the challenge. Harness the fire. Turn every ounce of pain into energy, and you will discover a power inside you that nothing and no one can take away. Rule 9. Surround yourself with consistent people. Your environment has more influence on your life than you may realize. The people you spend time with shape your thoughts, your habits, and your actions. If you live around lazy, negative, or unmotivated people, you will naturally adopt some of their behaviors. Their mindset becomes contagious. You may start making excuses, procrastinating, or losing focus on your goals. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with consistent, motivated, and disciplined people, you are more likely to develop those same traits. Consistency is not just an internal choice. It is also influenced by the energy around you. That is why it is essential to find friends, groups, or communities that push you to stay on track. Seek out people who are serious about growth, who set goals, and who work hard every day to achieve them. Share your own goals with them. Talk about your dreams, your plans, and your daily actions. When you are surrounded by people with similar dedication, something incredible happens. Their energy lifts you, their habits inspire you, and their discipline becomes a model that you unconsciously start following. Think about it. When you feel weak, your group can lift you. They can remind you of your potential, encourage you to keep moving, and give you the accountability that is sometimes hard to find alone. When you feel strong, you will lift them in return. You will share tips, celebrate victories, and push them to become better. This kind of mutual support creates momentum. It becomes a cycle where energy, motivation, and consistency feed each other. One person's effort can ripple through the group and create a culture of growth that is almost impossible to stop. If you cannot find such people in your immediate life, do not worry. You can still surround yourself with consistency through books, videos, podcasts, or mentors. Learn from those who have achieved what you want to achieve. Absorb their mindset, their discipline, and their strategies. Let their voices remind you daily. Stay consistent. Keep moving forward. Do the work, no matter what. Your environment is not just physical. It is also mental. The ideas, examples, and energy you consume daily have a direct impact on your actions. Being around consistent people does more than inspire you. It sets a standard. You begin to raise your own expectations. You no longer settle for mediocrity because you see what is possible. You begin to mirror their habits, adapt their mindset, and slowly transform into a stronger version of yourself. Even when you are alone, the lessons learned from consistent people stay with you. Their influence becomes part of your internal compass, guiding you toward growth and success. So, my friend, take a careful look at the people and influences in your life. Ask yourself, are these people lifting me or holding me back? Are they encouraging growth or promoting excuses? If necessary, make changes. Find those who challenge you to be better, who inspire you to stay consistent, and who remind you every day that your dreams are worth the effort. When you surround yourself with consistent people, you no longer rely solely on willpower. You become part of a system that naturally nurtures growth, momentum, and success. Rule 10. Remember the long game. Consistency is not about quick wins, instant results, or overnight success. It is about the long game. Life is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Those who rush, who look for immediate rewards, often burn out, become frustrated, and quit. But those who think in terms of years, not days, develop a powerful advantage. They understand that real growth and lasting success are built slowly, step by step, day by day. The small, consistent actions you take today may seem insignificant, but over time, they compound into extraordinary results. Ask yourself this question: where will I be if I stay consistent for 1 year? For 5 years? For 10 years? Take a moment to really imagine it. 1 year of daily effort can transform your skills, your habits, and your mindset. 5 years can make you a master in your craft, someone others look up to, someone who has achieved what most people only dream about. 10 years of dedication can completely change the trajectory of your life, your career, and your relationships. The power of consistency lies in time. Even small actions, when repeated daily and multiplied by years, create results that appear almost magical to those who expect instant success. But here is the challenge. You must be patient. You must learn to see beyond the moment. It is easy to get discouraged when progress is slow or invisible. It is easy to look at someone else's success and feel left behind. But the secret is not to compare yourself or rush the process. The secret is to focus on showing up day after day, even when you do not see immediate results. Trust that your efforts are building a foundation that is stronger than you realize. Everything you do now is an investment in your future self. Think of life like planting trees. You do not plant a seed and expect a forest tomorrow. You water it, care for it, and patiently wait. Each day may seem repetitive and slow, but eventually, the tree grows tall, strong, and fruitful. Your consistent efforts work in the same way. Every small habit, every dedicated hour, every repeated action contributes to the growth of something bigger than what you can see today. The long game requires discipline, patience, and faith in the process. The world belongs to the consistent. They may move slowly, but they never stop. They may face obstacles, distractions, and failures, yet they keep moving forward. They understand that speed is not as important as persistence. And because they never stop, they always arrive. While others quit after a few days, weeks, or months, the consistent person continues, quietly building momentum, quietly achieving results, quietly becoming unstoppable. So, my friend, think in terms of the long game. Focus on the years, not the days. Trust in your consistent effort. Believe that if you keep showing up, if you continue planting the seeds daily, everything will eventually fall into place. Your small daily actions are powerful beyond measure, and your patience combined with persistence will lead you to a life that many only dream of. Final words for you. My dear friend, life will test you. It will challenge you in ways you cannot imagine. You will face boredom when the excitement fades, doubt when the results seem invisible, fear when obstacles appear larger than your courage, and laziness when your energy feels depleted. These are the moments when most people give up, when dreams are abandoned, and when potential is left unexplored. But here is the truth. If you force yourself to be consistent, if you commit to showing up every single day, everything will eventually fall into place. The universe rewards those who persist, those who refuse to quit, and those who keep planting seeds, even when the harvest is invisible. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation is temporary, like a flame that flickers and dies. Do not wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time may never come. Start now. Start small. Make your habits non-negotiable. Build routines that carry you forward, even when you do not feel like it. Learn to love the process, because the journey itself is your teacher. Protect your focus by removing distractions. Track your progress so you can see the proof of your growth. Accept your imperfections, forgive your mistakes, and keep moving. Use pain as fuel to ignite your determination. They are the foundation of real transformation. This channel exists to guide you, to remind you that ordinary people can achieve extraordinary results if they commit to daily effort. When you integrate these rules into your life, you create a system that naturally leads to success. You begin to see that consistency is not a burden, but a superpower. Every small action compounds over time. Every day you show up, you strengthen the habits, the mindset, and the discipline that will shape your future. If you follow these rules, you will discover something incredible. Consistency turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It is not about luck, talent, or waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap. It is about showing up over and over again, even when no one is watching. It is about trusting the process, keeping faith in yourself, and refusing to quit when things get hard. Consistency multiplies your efforts, magnifies your skills, and builds a foundation that is unshakable. Now the choice is yours. Will you quit after 1 week because it feels hard? Or will you commit day after day until your dream becomes reality? Remember, success does not bend to luck or favor. It bends to those who refuse to stop, to those who endure, and to those who keep moving forward despite fear, doubt, and pain. Be the person who shows up, who persists, and who proves that consistency is the ultimate key to achievement.